Sign up to the SBR Network and use your free daily bet points to earn real-world prizes. Click on the page and start winning now.
Welcome everyone, I'm Jordan Sharp. Another one of Game 7's on tap for you this weekend is the Dallas Mavericks heading into San Antonio to play the number 1 seeded San Antonio Spurs to try to get an upset here. And the Spurs, though, however, coming in as a 6.5 point favorite in this game, total of 198.5 points. Now the spread is intriguing, especially after last game, which was a pretty solid contest between these two teams, but I think the total actually has a lot more value. The spread, to me, off limits for several reasons, but one of the main reasons is Dallas has now covered every game in this series. San Antonio is 0-6 against the spread in their last 6 games in this series, and at 6.5 points, I think this spread is just a little too sharp for my liking. But the total, however, at 198.5 has not gone anywhere since the last 2 games, and the last 2 games between these two teams have cashed the over rather easily, and now 4 of the last 5 meetings in this series have also gone over the total, and I think that's exactly where you need to go with your NBA picks for this game. These two teams are still more offensive nature than defensive. The Spurs don't have as much defense outside of Kawhi Leonard now that their team is aging, and the Mavs defense shows up sometimes, but on the road, I doubt it's going to be very effective here in this Game 7. These two teams will likely want to push the pace, especially the Mavs, whereas the Spurs might want to keep things to the half court, but however, just as efficient as the Spurs are in their half-court offense, I don't think it's going to hurt the total in this game whatsoever. 198.5 was too low for the last 2 games. It's still too low for this game, and I think even though it's a Game 7, even though defense could be a little bit more abundant than it was in the last 2 games, over 198.5 points, I think is still, once again, the play. I think, like I said, Dallas is going to want to play fast, and in the last 10, these two teams have played one another against one another, all dating back to this season, if you include the 6 postseason matchups and their last 4 regular season matchups against one another. Both of these teams averaging pretty good against in scoring numbers against one another, about 105 to 101, and that could be a similar score to what we see in this game here, but I definitely think 198 points due for an over bet here, at least by a couple of points. So add it to your NBA picks. Best of luck to you. If there's still time, make sure you check out my other Game 7 play here on Sunday between the Nets and the Raptors. But until then, I'm Jordan Sharp, and this has been another edition of The Sharp Pick.